let's move on to something not just fucking
super Jewy.
Well, also anger-inducing.
I already said that.
All right. Well, Mike, you tagged me in this tweet. And
I tagged you in nothing. Don't bring my name into shit.
Look, Lilly Singh. She tweeted, "Imagine making a living posting mean videos to YouTube. The downward spiral, bad energy, the karma, the entitlement, the lack of creativity, the waste of potential. Young kids don't follow this example. It's not good for the soul or longevity. Longevity. Sorry, I'm still really hot.
Longevity?
I'm not gonna let me try one more time.
Yeah.
Longevity of your career. That's from Lilly Singh. Now,
doesn't Lilly Singh only make fun of like white Appalachian types, right? Like,
and also,
thing? Like she hates white men.
Lack of creativity. Don't you steal jokes? Aren't you stealing humor?
Yeah, you're stealing jokes. Which, by the way, that got a lot of those. That video just kept getting sent to her in the replies. Your show sucks so bad. You've already got kids coming in to help write it.
Yeah. Now, I know this. If you search for Late Night with Lilly, we come up. We're like 4th, 5th video down. Once you get past the Lilly stuff, we come up. Look, I'm not saying we're the only ones making fun of her. Obviously, there's a lot
got
of
in there early, though.
Yeah, but we're in there pretty early,
man.
especially in the YouTube game.
We have the advantage over a lot of people. Like, it's not that we're going to do it first. It's just that we're live every day. And a lot of people don't go live every day. So it's like, oh, this Lilly Singh. I'm going to cover that on Wednesday. But we're fucking here Monday. Monday afternoon, ready to hit it.
Well, Mike, the haters aren't getting to her. Oh, no. Except this is on her show. I'll let her explain
She's
it.
already... No.
Already addressing
Before you even hit play. So we're about, what, 2, 3... We're now a month maybe into the run of her show?
Month.
But it's been a lot of repeats.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah.
Like you pop on her show on TV and it's almost always her in that purple outfit. It's always that one show she did with Mindy Kaling. But we're a month into the show. She's not even on a full-time schedule. She's already addressing the fucking haters, man.
Well, let's
I've been doing this since I was 18.
Twitter this weekend. So on TikTok, girls have been posting videos of themselves dancing to crazy voicemails.
Open your mouth more when you talk. It sounds like she's stumbling over her tongue.
On TikTok, girls have been posting videos of themselves dancing to crazy voicemails from their exes, and it is everything.
Okay, I hate the way she talks because she talks like Twitter. She talks like fat girl Twitter, and it's just...
It's everything, bro.
Like, I hate this woman so much. She's so bad at this.
Take a look.
I'm not dating someone who's got every dude at the school looking at her.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you all this, and you still don't trust me.
I don't want to talk to you when I get home, but then I get hit with this.
So the new trend is to have personal conversations with your boyfriend and dance to them, even though you're not pointing out the part. Things with this. There's always two sides.
So the new goofy internet trend is violating the law,
Yeah.
breaking the law.
Yeah, isn't it great? You're not obsessed. One of your
Somebody told
fucking
you
dumb
that
writers
this
goes,
is a
"Hey,
cool
have you
thing."
seen this?"
Yeah, and you went, "All right, yeah, I'll pretend like I'm relatable."
Get ready, because it gets really good.
I don't have a lot of terrible exes, lie, but I do have a lot of terrible
You were a virgin until you were like 23.
YouTube comments. So I thought we could take a minute out of tonight's show to have a computer read a few of them while I dance to the beautiful words of my haters. Should we do this? Can you? All right, here we go.
Now, she's using one of those speech-to-text things and going through some of her YouTube comments and Rotten Tomato comments. And, of course, these are real comments. These aren't, let me put it to you this way. None of our fans' comments show up on this.
Look at that crowd. Please go back. I know
Of course.
We never get through a Lilly Singh video very easily. Look at this fucking crowd.
This looks like the comedian Danny Cohen.
Yeah, Bunty King's there for some reason.
Everybody's there.
Bunty King, some lesbian whose head is shaped like Beavis.
Oh, yeah, Roseanne's sister.
She's got like a butthead head though. Like it's
Yeah,
like the
kind of.
profile.
This guy here. Ooh, this guy is totally straight. Let's play Goth Girl. Goth Girl at the end.
I want to remind you that these are all 100% real comments and that I'm a little bit of a train dancer, so expect art.
Train wreck. Train wreck is what you meant to say.
All right, let's begin. First comment.
I love the editing and of the clapping. It's so obvious, right? Like nobody clapped again.
So
That didn't happen.
her creativity on her show is to take a bit that's been going around on TikTok and doing it on her show.
Yes. And then she, even in the setup, she says, hey, look, I'm stealing this from a bunch of retarded girls on TikTok.
First comment.
This is literally the worst thing I have ever seen. Who gave her this show? I hate this on so many levels, not even about being sexist, I just hate it in general.
This is, you know what this is?
Front lashing?
No. This is a small woodland creature in the mouth of an alligator. The jaws are locked in. It's not getting out, but it's flailing, it's biting, it's scratching. It still thinks it has it's wildly flailing around in its death rattle, but she's not getting out of the alligator jaws. This is like watching a panicked animal.
A lot of different people. Somebody says she looks like she's in the Talking Heads. She's wearing like a Peg Bundy outfit with a sports coat.
Yeah, she's dressed like she's in a new wave band.
Yes, exactly.
All right, let's hear some more.
The shoes.
And those are like sweatpants.
I know everybody gets in on different things about her.
The shoes are terrible.
But the shoes really bother me. They really bother me.
And they're not even nice shoes. Like
They're like Keds.
You can tell they have virtually no budget for this show.
Oh my god, one more of these ads in my feed, and I'm deleting YouTube. Who was like...
Listen to the laugh, how it's absolutely piped in. Because look how abruptly, like, if you ever watch a show because when they used to actually film shows in front of reels, like The Honeymooners, for example, was actually filmed in front of people were sitting on a set going, ha, or Cheers. I've been watching Cheers. That was actually a real live studio audience, so you would get spatters of laughs and sometimes awkward laughs in the wrong place. When it's canned laughter, it's a button, but they don't even have the button ramping up correctly. Just listen to this.
Feed, and I'm deleting YouTube. Who was like... Oh,
it clips
you got that? You hear clipping?
Clips in.
Your laughs are clipping in. This is fucking embarrassing.
ads in my feed, and I'm deleting YouTube. Who was like...
It's the same one. It's the same clip in. Did you
Hey,
hear that?
let's give the most unfunny person ever a show. Yeah, great idea. I can't believe this is a show. It would have been perfectly fine on YouTube or anything that isn't.
God, this sounds like if you said, hey, Andy's Random Edits or Suspicious Billy, one of those guys made a video to add laughs to. It sounds like one of their videos trying to be obvious. This is NBC, dude.
And this bit, what's the joke on the bit? The comments, or that you're like, she's doing wacky dances? No, I really always try to figure this out, right?
She's funny.
What's the
dude.
punchline?
It's the funny, dude. It's like the juxtaposition of the negative hater comments.
What's the joke? What's the punchline?
But laid over her hilarious dancing, which creates a paradox.
Ever a show. Yeah, great idea. I can't believe this is a show. It would have been perfectly fine on YouTube. Or
why are
the end? Even the end of the laugh cuts off, and then this is clearly a laugh track.
And it's like the same one.
Yeah, I think they have 2 or 3 that
they're not using a lot.
No, but they're repeating it. Yeah.
anything that isn't TV.
My arm. All right, let's hear some more.
This clip doesn't instill confidence in me that this show will be watchable. I think I cringe myself.
And if you're gonna have the laugh track, don't have the laugh track overpower the words this computer's reading.
Which it is.
Because you can't even hear whatever the jokes are. So what you're doing is you're taking a TikTok bit and taking a Jimmy Kimmel bit mean tweets and you're dancing to it. Creativity, guys.
Myself into a black hole. Lily seems desperate to make the audience laugh, and unfortunately, in your case,
Look at listen. Okay, hold on. Listen to the comment and look at this. Try to listen to what this comment says and look how she's doing exactly what the comment is saying she's doing.
confidence in me that this show will be watchable. I think I cringe myself into a black hole. Lily seems desperate to make the audience laugh, and unfortunately,
While she dances, she's literally doing soft shoe to try to get the audience to laugh, and she doesn't realize that the comment that the comment, whether it's real or not, is actually what you're doing the thing that they're saying.
No, but you don't get it, dude. You don't get like.
You think she sits there? I really do believe that no matter how many subs she has or whatever, because she has access to her 14 million but her other account, the Late Night with Lily, is only 300,000 subs. You don't think she sits there when she's on the fucking toilet and goes through the comments on the app and goes, I don't get the same love on here that I did on my channel. It's really weird.
It's really weird. That's what happens when you go. And by the way, let's get something straight. I'm not under the impression that if they gave me a late night show on NBC that I'd be getting a whole lot of love in the comments.
No, of course
you know what
not.
I mean? But it's like, it's overwhelming how many people don't like her, and she probably is getting a dose of reality because you're leaving your little protected lair, and it's no longer going to be a bunch of yes men. They're NBC viewers, so they're going to be like, "What the fuck is this?"
in your case, only very rarely did this happen.
The cuts are from earlier on. What they do is when they have the studio audience come in there, they probably do a few practice laughs.
Well, they probably have a warm-up
and they film
comic.
it, and then they film that stuff, and then they cut it into her show. This woman's literally looking into the camera.
Now, I'd like to close this performance with a comment from Rotten Tomatoes. I'm out of breath, that said. We're actually one of the few shows to have 100% fresh ratings from critics. Can we take a moment?
So you're pointing out how many hate comments you get.
It's empowering.
But you're pointing out how many hate comments you get, but you're also saying you have 100% on critics. So you yourself are pointing out there's a disparity there, isn't there?
Yeah.
One of the few shows to have 100% fresh ratings from critics. Can we take a moment?
Joker has an 88.
You paid for that.
Of course.
But
Doesn't this sound like she's trying to save her job?
Of course.
This sounds like her talking to a boardroom filled with men going, our Rotten Tomatoes, where 100% critics love it.
This whole thing, right? Her show from day one has been like, it's like so weird being a late night host. Man, I'm so famous. Let's do more sketches in the NBC hallways. Man, 100% critics, right? Like, none of this is relatable, right? Could you imagine if just every night Jay Leno came out? Oh, look at that, the critics, again, they love me. I'm all over Hollywood. Did the Doritos commercial. Doing the Doritos commercial, folks, it's really tough. You guys show up on the set, you got to eat Doritos, and it's crazy. Like, could you imagine if, like, Johnny Carson came out and was like, telling stories about hanging out at Joan Rivers' house with fucking Jack Krugman? Like, nobody, you know what I mean? People would go, I don't relate to that. So it's always like these late night hosts would always be like, hey, you know what, man? I love it, Johnny. I think you're the best, and I think you're one of the greatest to ever do it. All right, why don't you tell my wife that? Something relatable where it's like, man, my wife hates my guts too. Just like you guys. It was never like, oh yeah, we were just hanging out at Jack Nicholson's house the other day, and Warren Beatty was there, and fucking Marlon Brando. So we went out, we just chucked the football around, and we smoked $800 cigars. Like, people would be like, I don't relate to you. They go like it was always like, hey, Kevin, you seen this in the New York Post today on the cover? Did you hear about this news story? And like everybody rallied around Jay Leno because you were like, yes, I too read that newspaper on the way to work. Like, they try to keep it shit that's relatable. Now it's just like, man, 100% critics. Am I right, girl? Oh, yeah, let's read some more comments on social media about me. It's just me. I don't get it.
Hold on a second. I need to point something out. Okay, I'm going to point something. Let's just for comparison. Let's look at late night. What's Jimmy Kimmel's show? Jimmy Fallon. How about let's go tonight?
Hey guys, I'm
show-
Jimmy Fallon. And I always seem
Fallon.
perpetually nervous, but I've been doing this for 25 years. You'd think that gimmick would get stale. Like,
has,
don't you want to wouldn't you want to just say that? The first thing you ever want to say to Jimmy Fallon is, Nikki, stop acting so nervous. You've been around 25 years. They're not going to fire you at this point. Just chill.
So if you look at let's look at a show. Let's see. New on TV tonight. What's a show that has? All right. So there's a new show with Walter Goggins, right? I'm just picking that one because it's apples to apples. It's called The Unicorn. It's a show that's on NBC. Whatever.
Walton Goggins in a new role. This time we promise he won't say the N-word.
I can't promise.
Okay, we don't promise. We're going to try to get him not to say it.
How many? She says that an NBC show. It has 89% positive reviews. For example, how many critics do you think, like actual critics, rated it? Because it tells you how many critics.
11.
Okay, 19.
Okay.
That's The Unicorn. Okay. Little Late with Lilly Singh has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. She is not lying. She's leaving out some facts though. Only 10 critics have reviewed the show. If you look at the audience score, 641 people have reviewed it. The audience score is 48%.
Oof.
So what
That's
you're
not good.
So you're let me tell you something. The shows that survive historically are the ones that have a high audience score. The critic score really doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. The ones that the shows that you see that when they cancel and they bring them back to Netflix are shows that might not have a great critic score, but the audience really liked. And like, no, I want that show. We'll pay money. We'll pay money. Just put the show back. Those are the ones that survive. Those 10 critics aren't going to fucking pay your rent, girl.
Unfortunately,
Make sure the Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, I'd like to close this performance with a comment from Rotten Tomatoes. I'm out of breath, that said. We're actually one of the few shows to have 100% fresh ratings from critics. Can we take a moment?
You're right, dude. She's Twitter. Can we take a moment? She's Twitter the person. Fat girl Twitter the person.
And it's everything.
Yeah, she talks the way people write.
The way fat girls write on Twitter.
Because I know people that are on Twitter that write like that, but then if you meet them in person, they talk normal to you. They're like, no, I had a good day at work or whatever. They just, it's kind of a thing you do online.
Yeah, I know people that write articles and stuff that are like that, and they go, yeah, if I don't fucking write the articles like that, they don't.
I have, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just like whatever.
But that doesn't mean we don't still get the occasional mean comment. So let's hear one.
absolute garbage. Where were the jokes? All I heard was racism towards white people and white men. Why is racism towards white people okay, but not for POC? Racism needs to end, and this nonsense is why it never will.
So, but that's a pretty good, valid criticism of the show. White men are bad. That's your entire shtick, right?
This woman is a perfect example of the modern, like, millennial woman that just there's absolutely no introspection. There's no self-reflection. It's just you can give them a valid criticism and they'll just dance around and ignore it.
You want me
like
to
morons.
You want me to read some of the critics, the 10 critics reviews?
Sure.
Shirley Lee. Singh has been experimenting with her platform, but as it turns out, her forte so far has been the most classic of late night responsibilities, the celebrity interview. Carol, a lot of fat girls. Caroline Frank, she's an engaged interviewer capable of steering the conversation where it needs to go. You're not. How are you watching the show? She's a terrible interviewer.
She's really bad.
You mean steering the conversation by having Mindy Kaling talk about the cutest boy that she ever saw? John Doyle, this seems real. John Doyle, she has the energy and wit to command the show with ease.
These are not good compliments. They're all one sentence reviews with 100%. That means that they were like told. give it 100%, and they have nothing good to say about it.
From the Globe and Mail, Catherine Vanderdonk. Swear to God. Like almost every late night show ever launched, it will need some time to settle into itself, but the first week suggests that Singh is charismatic and original enough to...
What?
I'm now going to read some of the audience reviews.
Okay, these are...
Honestly...
can I dance while you do it?
Sure.
Do you have a laugh track?
Honestly, it's just hard to swallow a show that consistently mocks who I am. Hey, sorry I'm white and male. My bad. Another 100% trash. How is Rotten Tomatoes so wrong 99% of the time? Hey, Lily, you're not black. Stop mimicking black culture. Stop leaning heavily into black stereotypes. That's an actual black person that said that. So even black people are like, yo, dog, why are you talking like that?
Well, no, there's entire videos about her doing the whole, talking black and speaking like, Ebonics and shit, and how it's not her. It's never been her.
Nope. This show is very hard to watch despite all the dancing around. The beginnings were chaotic. One bad cliche joke after another. A month or so later, I don't see any real improvements. I find the game sad and fakely over-enthusiastic. Yeah, we've picked that up too. She is trying to sell. Let me tell you something. Every time Lilly Singh tells a joke, at least one person finds it hilarious, and that's Lilly Singh. Mm-hmm. She sells it like it is the funniest thing that has ever happened in the history of the world.
Previously, on A Little Late with Lilly Singh.
This is a skit.
Craziest thing in the mail today. At first, I was like, great, I have a stalker. But it actually turned out to be way worse. It was a wedding invitation. Same-sex marriage only became legal in the U.S. in 2015. We've been
Yeah, we know.
watching The Bachelor since 2002. Same-sex...
The 2002. Then she does the black thing, but she also goes into like a Hispanic thing, dude. Like sometimes,
just whatever.
Like when she said, wherever the wind takes, oh Lilly Singh. Develop your own personality, you dumb idiot.
Sex marriage threatens the moral fabric.
Why is she dressed like a Dick Tracy villain?
Like flat top.
Yeah, flat top.
Of society, but marrying someone who gave you HPV in a hot tub 3 days ago is our God-given freedom?
Is our God-given freedom, bro? Like, dude, you're an Indian from Canada. Stop talking like this.
Do get married, I will insist on having separate washrooms. Nothing kills romance faster than heading for the shower and hearing your partner go, maybe give it a minute. On the one hand...
What a terrible joke.
Pretty good. It's like poops. Poops funny, dude. Poops,
And I can't get mad at free
funny,
drinks,
dude.
free food, and watching the DJ hit on the maid of honor. Don't even get me started on the time I had to boycott a good friend's marriage. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all about it tomorrow night.
What other mind-blowing takes does Lilly have on marriage? Find out now on the thrilling conclusion.
Nice dance, dog.
Thank you. Y'all, welcome to A Little Late with...
Yo! Now she's black.
I think she said y'all. Like, y'all. Welcome to yo. Like, yo. I hate her so much.
Lilly Singh, are you ready to have a good time?
Boy, you came to the wrong place.
Last time on A Little Late, I talked a little bit about my thoughts on weddings, but I have so much more to say. And the thing is...
You mean your writers wrote more stuff because they ran out of stuff today and they go, hey, I got like extra wedding stuff?
Yeah, I know we already did that bit yesterday, but like I got leftover stuff.
Yeah, let's just add it.
While I appreciate getting an invite to someone's wedding, most wedding traditions are rooted in sexism. Now, I know what you're thinking. And no, I'm not saying all weddings are sexist. Everyone needs to get married in genderless gray onesies. No. I think weddings are dope. But when you start to...
She thinks weddings are dope. Okay? Mike earlier today was going, bro, I don't think weddings are dope. But she thinks weddings are dope.
They shouldn't be allowed.
question some of the traditions, it looks like an episode of The Handmaid's Tale. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Imagine just going like every episode we're going to do is going to be about sexism and racism. This is the first woke show. Like, say what you want about Jimmy Kimmel and some of these guys, they still stop short of going just
Being
full
full
like,
woke,
yeah,
yeah.
we're just gonna only talk like they, say what you want about Kimmel. He still tries to work a couple jokes in there, right? Like, Kimmel understands that this is still a late night host job, and it's like, yeah, I got to shoehorn in my political stuff, but I still have to come off as mildly likable. Like, so there's still jokes. Oh, you just see this in the paper this week. But this is literally everything is just sexism.
Like, people always say a wedding day is the bride's day. But calling a wedding the bride's day is like calling Thanksgiving the turkey's meal.
No.
It's absolutely
No,
not
no,
accurate.
this is a terrible...
It really is the bride's day. It's, if anything, the day of a wedding,
They don't eat the bride at the end of the wedding,
Yeah.
you dumb bitch.
the woman is not considered the turkey. If anything, the wife is. If anything, the wife would be the equivalent of your old grandfather who sits at the head of the table and everybody gives him the first. If he wants a leg, he gets it. Everybody is
Yeah.
nice to him.
She's poked and prodded for hours, eventually placed in the center of a room where everyone claps and says, "So beautiful." But all they're thinking is she has no taste.
Listen, it's the same laugh track again. You heard it turn on?
Now, every time I bring this up with my parents, they say, "That's just how it's always been done." Whose parents have said this? When you say everything, that's just how things have been done. Yeah. Look, just because we've done something for 100 years doesn't mean we still have to do it now.
You're right. We've let you guys vote for a long time.
It's time to fucking
It doesn't
shake it
mean
up. It's time
I'm
for
with
change.
you, Lily. That means it doesn't mean you still have to keep doing it.
Hope and change.
Yeah.
Like 100 years ago, women couldn't vote.
All right. And is that the end of the story? Because that's great.
That was a good story.
And then the end. And we all lived happily ever after.
People smoked cigarettes to cure asthma. And this is true. Check this out. In many cities, it was
Indians used to routinely rape people on the streets, and it was fine.
Used to.
I know.
illegal to be ugly. Which is still the case in Los Angeles. How do I know so much about wedding traditions? I mean, I'm not even married. Well, I have been to a lot of weddings, and surprise, a lot of them have been Indian. Any Indian people out here? The loudest people.
Yo, the loudest people, dog. Yo, any fellow Indians out there, give me a whoop whoop.
Hey, Royce, could you shut up? I'm trying to hear one of Lily's personalities.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Indian weddings are so fun, so dope, so colorful. I love
Dope.
them, but I do have a few bones to pick about our traditions.
Oh, boy. She's going to
There's
take it
this one
apart,
called
guys.
a Lady Singh, where all your friends and family have to perform songs and dances for you. It's like an adult.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. I mean, that actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, that
Kind of sounds like
pretty cool
if I went to
tradition.
an Indian red wedding, I'd go, hey, dude, check this shit out.
Look, they're dancing for her.
Fucking
That's cool,
huh?
yeah.
Hey, look at how cool that is. That's what's wrong with that.
What's the problem?
Adult talent show that nobody asked for. And if that sounds bad, just wait
It doesn't.
until the kids start performing. Yeah. Spoiler alert, most 6-year-olds cannot remember choreography.
That's not the point. That's not the point. It's cute. Like the kids
Yeah.
are trying
I
at
mean,
a wedding, like a rose girl.
Yeah, or a fucking ring kid. Like,
Yeah.
there's a little girl holding the rings. Like, and look, you know.
So it's not enough about you?
I've
It needs to be more about you?
I've been to enough weddings where they gave a toddler the fucking ring girl and the flower girl.
Yeah.
Now, hey, Royce, let me ask you, do you think that there may have been more reliable candidates that could have been the ring girl?
Of course, an
and the ring bearer?
adult with
But
responsibilities, yeah.
there's a reason why you go, oh, it's cute. Look, we got the old people here. We got the young kids involved. It's actually, as much as you're whining about sexism, weddings are supposed to be the most inclusionary event in a family. Am I right? Like,
No, of course.
You get everybody involved, and you the kids and the little. Actually, it's really sexist to already be reinforcing gender roles by making that little girl wear a dress and hold the rings, and you're like, but grandma's here. Like, we're just trying to, right? Like, but grandma's here. We're just trying to have a nice wedding before grandma dies, and we got this going
Look,
on.
man.
Like, we're just trying to hold this together, and there's some dyke here with shoulder pads going, actually, and you're like, could you shut the fuck up, you miserable spinster bitch?
So she's never been married, and yeah, she's complaining about what happens at other people's. It doesn't matter if you like somebody else's wedding. I mean, if you really wanted to criticize certain parts of Indian wedding, you could say some of them are arranged marriages. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But you're getting mad at all the good stuff.
Yeah,
Happiness and
for the
family
record,
and love.
If I'm going to learn anything about how families and tradition should be served out and how a wedding should go, I'm not going to get it from some lonely spinster dyke who has a picture of her dog on the desk of her failing talk show
And fries.
I'm not going to take I would. You know what? I would actually ask the older Indians in your family how a wedding should go. You know, like this. I hate these people who they are so miserable that they just have to destroy anything that is even remotely looks
Nobody can
traditional.
have fun. Nobody's allowed to have fun.
How many
unless-
times have you seen some shit that you look at and go, that's kind of archaic and gay looking, but yeah, they're
Let
having
'em.
fun. They're having
Yeah.
fun over there, right? Like I've
Yeah.
seen some little things that happen at like weddings and you go, yeah, it's not really my style, but hey, they're getting comfort. Look at them, they're having fun.
Go to a quinceañera.
Yeah,
I'm
those are
Hispanic.
so-
You go to a quinceañera and there's literally 15-year-olds choreographed dancing to fucking to I had the time of my life. Like that, it's weird, but it makes people happy. and
Quinceañeras
nobody's
are
getting hurt.
weird,
Who
but I've been
cares?
to them for like a niece and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're like, this food here is dope.
food's good, yeah.
Nobody's not having fun.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's legitimately everything these people hate, which is like a family getting together and being normal, and disciplining kids and just being normal.
That's your
humans.
problem with what does this have to do with tradition?
I've been. Hey, you know what? I hate to admit, I've been to a bar mitzvah or two.
Mm-hmm.
Those fucking things are wild, man. You can have a really good time with one of those things. Again,
Just watch your wallets.
it's yeah, of course. Well, not even your wallets. They don't. When they steal, they usually do it with a fucking computer or a pen. But no, they You go to those and it's the same thing. It's families. It's generations of a family holding some dumb kid up on a chair and dancing the fuck around. Just shut up. Stop trying to fucking ruin everything for everyone. Why can't you just sometimes go to a thing and go, hey, this is kind of fucking neat. I didn't know they did this at their weddings. Cool. That's it. Why does everyone have to ruin everything, Royce?
And if you tell them that, they cry. Straight up, if you've never been, imagine smiling through 1 hour of this. Ready?
Yeah, that's what people are asked to do when they watch 1 hour of your show. Somebody on stage going, wah, brr, brr, ah, whoopity whoop whoop whoop.
It's just not.
God, you know what the difference is between this and an Indian wedding? People are in love at an Indian wedding. Christ almighty, lady.
But again, she's a lonely spinster wearing shoulder pads. She's a dog mom. She's a picture of a dog on her desk on her talk show that's failing miserably. I have nothing but contempt for this woman, and I couldn't care what her opinion on anything is, frankly.
Yeah, when you go to the fucking American wedding and do the chicken dance, it's just something that happens. Like, so what?
And it's gay, but if you understand there's gay things that go on at all weddings, but if you don't look up and see like 2 or 3 generations of your family doing a gay dance,
Yeah, and you make
if
you
you
happy.
don't, if it makes you feel anything but even mild joy, there's something you need to do a whole rehauling on your feelings, your psychological profile. You really need to go see somebody and figure out what is it inside of you that makes you such a miserable fuck that you don't look at that and just go, hey, look, grandpa with the kids out there doing the chicken dance. If you see that and go, this is bullshit. Like, you're a fucking sick person. You need to fucking work on yourself.
Stop, but I'm not. As I mentioned last night, I recently had to boycott part of my friend's wedding because of a sexist tradition. It was an Indian wedding ceremony called a doli, where the groom takes the bride from her family to his house where she joins his family. And get this, the bride is expected to cry. Now, I've never been in this situation.
Because nobody loves you. And you can't develop adult relationships that don't involve a like button.
Yeah, you haven't maintained any of your friendships or interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, and I know you're trying to rebel by putting some sort of I don't know what it says, but putting on her wedding ring finger, because she's not married, but she has a ring on there. It probably says bitch or something like that, or something edgy.
Well, that sounds like a lot of pressure. Everybody's watching you. You're trying to perform like.
Are you about to break dance?
Give me a second. It's coming. Don't look at me. Look up. Like, it must be like trying to get an emotional boner. Just like. And there's another Indian tradition called the milni, where before the wedding, the male relatives officially meet, hug, and exchange gifts. And at the weddings I've attended, women usually don't really participate. It's basically like watching a big grinder date.
Ha! I can make gay jokes because the gays love me. Let me tell you something, you dumb fucking bitch. I am so sick of this woman. She is boycotting somebody else's wedding. It would be one thing if somebody was trying to make you do it at your wedding. I'd be like, no, I don't want to do this. It's my wedding. I don't feel like it, right? So now you're going to not show up to a wedding because you don't like one part that's traditional to Indians? You're a fucking...
Also, that's if you even believe the premise of the story.
No,
which is
of
totally,
course.
totally made
Of
up in the
course.
first place. But she's presenting this situation where...
Like she's the hero.
Like she's cool. And
She's
it's
the
like,
hero.
But you're not the cool one. Like, I've gone to weddings where I hated the bride or the groom, and I'm like, they got to show up, bring a gift, be nice. You know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed to fucking... How many times have you seen weddings? Just somebody like, I'm going to make this about me. This is my time to make a stance. And you're like, it's anything but your time to do anything. It's your time to either go or don't go. And either way, don't make a fucking scene about it. That's it. You didn't boycott a wedding. You just didn't attend one. And you know what happened? They went, okay. And they crossed your name out and they gave your seat to somebody else. That's all it was. You weren't missed.
It's not just Indian
And
traditions,
she's probably
though.
one of those people. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, Royce, but doesn't she strike you as that person that, like your wife or somebody would know through work or something, and then you'd go, all right, well, we got to invite her to the wedding, but as soon as they go, excuse me, but I'm not going to be a part of this.
Okay,
sex,
thanks.
and you're like, whew.
Perfect.
We dodged a bullet with it. Look at that. We did the invite. She said no. This is like the best
It's
case
not on
scenario.
us.
Oh, that's beautiful. Like, I guarantee you she's that type of person. I bet you she's declined to go into a few things in the past, and people went, oh, that noisy, big old, dykey, big bird Indian bitch isn't coming. This is great. And they just moved on. And they probably got somebody who showed up with a gift and went, oh, I loved it. By the way, I loved everything. The arrangement of the flowers was so good. Thank you for having me. And they went, I'm so glad we brought, that guy instead of this bitch.
Date. It's not just Indian traditions, though. It's literally all cultures. I mean, there's the bouquet toss, where all the single women decide to
So
turn
what
into
has been going on with you and your daughter? I hear she's doing very successfully under you. Yes, my daughter now she is now a late night host. She is now on the television. Oh, really? What channel? Who is your daughter? Oh, she's going by Stephen Colbert.
Didn't want to say who it really is.
Is that her? You're sure? Yeah, they made her use an American name and put a lot of whiteface on her.
where all the single women decide to turn into Hulk Hogan to win the right to get married next.
No one really thinks if they catch the bouquet they're gonna get married next. It's just a tradition. It's a fun thing that women do, man.
And I'm like, no one is going to marry you, Amber. You stone cold stunner Denise with that bouquet.
You can't. First of
You
all,
stole
can't
cold
stone-
stage and this is sepulchre.
But first of all, you mushmouth bitch, you can't stone cold stunner somebody with an object. That's not how it works. It's a kick and then a pull down of the
Do you
neck.
think any of these get it? This is just they remembered
No,
a wrestling name.
But don't let that shit slide, Royce. Even if you're on late, like if you're doing a monologue, getting those things right is how you get fans.
You're right.
Because the people that don't know, fine, they don't care. But the people that do know now hate her guts. Like there's little things that you do where if you do it right, wrestling fans would have been like, oh shit, Lily, she knows some wrestling. You know what I mean? But she didn't even, like if she said, gave somebody a Van Daminator with the bouquet. Now you could do that, right? I could throw the flowers at you and you could catch them and then I could do the twirl kick.
Yeah, but you'll be too high.
but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be high as shit when you do all that
You're
stuff.
right. You're right.
All of Rob Van Dam's moves, you're supposed to be super high.
What's up, bro?
Do really snug frog splashes that hurt people. But yeah,
Work really stiff.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, throw the flowers at you and I do the twirl kick. Then at least some wrestling fans would go, oh shit, yeah, you can do a Van Terminator with flowers, but you can't do a Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can't
Well,
do
something else she said, though. Watch.
Where all the single women decide to turn into Hulk Hogan to win the right to get married next.
Danny Saint pointed out, of course he did. He goes, Hulk Hogan didn't do the stunner, you stupid bitch. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He did a leg drop, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, and he said the N-word.
A lot. No, but
Lot.
you can just keep him away from my daughters, brother. But also,
My kid paralyzed someone, dude. They're a vegetable now, brother.
it'd be great if you just did a late night show and did only obscure wrestling references.
That'd be great.
These hoes were fighting over the bouquet, and I remember one of them bitches was like Road Dogg Jesse James, just holding on to the bottom rope the whole time. Best strategy.
Good
ever.
reference. Goddamn.
Best
I like
strategy
it.
ever.
I like
But you know what? Even if my show at late night was tanking, it would have went up a tiny bit because wrestling fans would have started going, "Yo, this guy, look, I get it. He's still on shaky ground. He's not that good. He's new on late night, but he made a Road Dogg Jesse James hugging the bottom rope reference. This might be our guy." And then they share some clips. Lily, let me come work. Let me replace you for a week. I'm going to show you how to. I guarantee.
Well, I mean, you could fit in her suits for sure.
If you gave me her show for 5 nights, just 1 week, I could guarantee a ratings increase without being spicy, without even being edgy. I'll put a bet down right now. I could get Lilly Singh's ratings up from whatever they are right now. Would it not be one of the easiest gigs ever?
Oh, yeah.
All you'd have to do is go out there and be funny for a couple nights.
And there's no pressure either. It's fucking late night.
I would get a good buzz going. Night one, I'd go back. I'd be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? A little late with Lilly Singh. Lily can't be in for the week, so I'll be filling in for her. She died. And then just move on right into the
keep-
monologue.
yeah, that's it.
And that would go viral immediately. Be like, what? People would start tuning in. Like, who is this guy? I'm drunk most of the time. It's like interviews.
That
with
would be
Page
the name of the
Six.
show, Drunk Most of the Time with Mike Sheely.
A little hungover with Murph. No, but like it's just like people be like, hey, we're gonna interview you a little segment for the Post. What do you think? So really just like what inspires you when you're writing your comedy at night? I'm drunk most of the time. And then I also I'm prescribed pharmaceutical amphetamines, but I also abuse them. So a little bit of that too. Like just dead honesty.
And let me
It'd
not
be
get
like-
into the clinical depression.
be like NBC late nights ratings are spiking through the roof. I'm just eating Adderall and drinking. Let's talk about what a fag Steven Crowder is. Like, just, what is he doing? I don't know, but you know what? God damn it, just let it roll.
And I'm like, no one is going to marry you, Amber. You stone cold stunner Denise with that bouquet.
No, nobody's gonna marry you.
Stone Cold Stunned would, I guess, be the correct way to say it, right?
Nobody's gonna marry you, Lily.
Yeah.
It's you nobody wants to marry.
You made the... Okay, she made the joke. The joke was bad. But does she have to act it out? She's acting out the joke.
Amber,
Look.
you stone cold stunner Denise with that bouquet.
She's good.
Whoop. Lilly Singh, the human
doing it.
Foley work.
I was just gonna say the same thing. She's doing Foley work.
Fucking... And this is a horse.
Ding ding. Whoop whoop.
God damn. What was the guy from Police Academy? Michael Winslow?
Michael Winslow.
Can we replace her with Michael Winslow? Because at least he can do good voices.
Pew, pew, pew. It's just doing sirens. Just doing weird.
I could do American ambulances and English ambulances.
Or the Archie so impressed on you with that was. Do you not think I watch wrestling? Come on.
No! No, I don't think you know what that was. No, you made me think you don't watch wrestling.
Yeah, you actually proved you don't watch wrestling with those references.
Or the Archie so impressed on you with that was. Do you not think I watch wrestling? Come on, don't be so impressed.
So stop it. You don't watch wrestling. You're trying to relate to people. You referenced 2 wrestlers whose bodies are in such terrible shape. Well, Stone Cold's in decent shape, but that neck scares the shit out of him. And he will not get in the ring.
It's been like, what, 15 years since that would be a topical reference. Like, even if she made a Randy Orton reference, like an RKO, be like, oh, it's a little more
Yeah, but she
modern.
referenced 2 guys that are not active competitors. One because his back has been destroyed, and because he likes the N-word.
And by
then
the way,
other one.
by the way, flicking your bean when you're 16 years old to The Rock during Raw isn't watching wrestling, Lily.
Yeah. You don't.
I know this.
Yeah, you don't know wrestling until you start giving me aces and eights references, and you're talking.
Now
about
we're talking.
Scott Steiner calling everybody fat because he's fat.
You don't get wrestling until you know Scott Steiner's math.
Exactly.
The 25%.
If you take my 33 and a third chance, you had Kurt Angle, that's 26 and a 1/3% chance. You take 166%. You just, I could listen to that shit all day. Scott Steiner yelling at man. Can somebody like take that promo and take the background out and just add like a blackboard and a classroom?
Oh, that would put fucking glasses on him.
Have him teaching the class. He would have made a way better Dean Douglas.
Stunner. Or the garter belt, which represents the groom taking the bride's virginity. This is the moment when the couple's friends and family gather in a circle to watch the groom put his head between the bride's legs and pull the garter off with his mouth.
Yeah, he doesn't actually fucking eat her pussy in front of everybody. It's a funny joke. You know, it's a little tradition.
Not only is this sexist, it's also the grossest part of...
Why is it sexist? Why is it sexist?
Because traditions, man.
All traditions are sexist?
Yes.
Kissing your wife is sexist?
Yeah, women not like, having like miserable fucking articles written about them about how they're all 50 and they just want a man now and they want a family, but it's too late. And stories about women like you, Lily, who went into the career world and froze their eggs and then after $30,000 later found out none of them were viable. Things like that.
A wedding, when you hear an uncle scream out, "Bread! More teeth!"
That's never happened. It's never
Now,
happened.
aunties and uncles, before you get mad at me, I'm not saying we should get rid of all of these wedding traditions.
Now, you know what she's going to do, Mike? She's going to flip them on the... Hey, Mike, you see that rule book over there? Throw it out the window. Throw it out the window.
She's breaking the rules.
Yeah.
No.
There goes that glass ceiling, folks.
I know they're very important to you, but we should at least try to make them equal.
Why?
Like, instead of just my dad walking me down the aisle, both my parents can walk with me. I mean, I can't think of anything more romantic than the sound of my mom and dad arguing.
She blinks as much as Jim Norton does, too, if you watch.
Yeah.
If you look for it, she's always blinking nervously.
Or instead of going to my husband's house for the doli, he can leave his family and come live with me at my house. I'm probably going to be making all the money anyways.
It's relatable.
She's doing it again.
Relatable.
I'm probably going to be making all the money anyways. I have so much money.
Yeah, did you hear that, Ed? Did you hear $15 million? Yeah. I'm a millionaire, Ed. Could you imagine Johnny Carson? That's some wild stuff.
No.
It's wacky, wild stuff, how much money I make. Like, people would just be going, I fucking hate this guy. Even Leno, who was
I'll be
a
honest
sociopath.
with you, I've forgotten how to drive.
Yeah, like, dude, Leno's a fucking sociopath about money. He doesn't even spend it. He's just some weirdo, like fucking Walter White, just hiding giant pallets of cash in fucking storage units. Yeah, I don't even know what I do, but you notice it's not something he ever felt comfortable talking about. How much money do you make, Jay? That's why I talk about, cause, and I like comedy and stuff. That's all. I don't really have personality. But this woman's just like, I make money, NBC, what? And she's going to lose all of that, and all these clips are going to be... By the way,
At least she has her beauty.
These clips are going to end up being ironically funny in a year when she's fired, and we're all going to laugh at them.
Let's be real, okay? Let's be real. He won't be crying when I drive him away from his parents' house in my Tesla. Just saying.
It's George Lopez, dude.
It's
right. Remember George Lopez would he did the same thing. Every punchline had him like humping the stool and hopping around the stage and like it's that level of pain. Oh.
Look, I know we did the whole second hour with this, guys, but I didn't realize.
Oh my God!
Dude, I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. I didn't realize it was going to be this. Let's finish off at least. We might as well.
How much of this does she do?
One more thing. Instead of saying, "You may now kiss the bride," the officiant should say, "You may now bang it out in front of your family." Make it equal, y'all.
There should be one of those episodes where it just fades to the credits in silence. Like Owen Hart just died. Like 9/11. We should just end the show with silence and an American flag flapping.
This is
It's a national tragedy, I think is what I'm getting at.
all right, guys. Well, that's the Jesus Christ, we did the whole second hour. That was 8. That's a new record, by the way. 8 minutes of video. There was the first one was 2 minutes, and this one was 6. 8 minutes of video, and one tweet, and turned it into an hour. How do you like that?
She's
for
so frustrating, this woman.
No, it is. It is absolutely fucking infuriating.
I'm telling you, give me Lilly Singh's show, I could get the ratings up. I know that's not saying much, but you could pull that off in a day. You'd be like, all right, guys, we're gonna try this thing today. It's called caring.
We're gonna
try to be funny tonight
effort.
and see how that works.